What sprockets do y'all, I love getting messages from the South. What sprockets do y'all recommend? I'm screaming at 75 miles an hour. Would adding teeth calm that down? Before I get into this, I want to remind you guys of, if you have questions for me, I do want to take care of you as best I can. Try not to answer too many of the tech questions here live, but send that to me in a direct message. Just copy, paste it, put it in a direct message on Instagram, or you can email it to me. I take all these questions and I will answer them in these live videos. So I appreciate it. Had the same problem with cream on 2 different hot rod tanks. Yeah, I mean, Cody, I would say it's probably because they changed the formulation. I know people on the East Coast who use it, and they're like, dude, it works great. I've been using it for years, no problems. But I think whenever they're sending to California, maybe a different formula. Honestly, I don't know. Could be user error. At any rate, I had some failures with it. I stopped using it and I moved on. So what sprockets do y'all recommend? 75 miles an hour, your motor's screaming. Would adding teeth calm that down? Adding teeth will not help calm down your gear ratio. So on a VT600, which is what this question is about, the forward sprocket is 16 tooth and the rear is 44. That's your stock setup. That gives you really good all-around performance across the board, from takeoffs to highway speeds. Some people might find the highway speed a little more buzzy than they're used to if they ride a bigger bike with different gearing or a shaft drive. The VLX only has 4 gears, which some people think was a bad choice on Honda's part. But to remain in the class that the 600 was in, putting a 5th gear wouldn't do anything except splitting the 3rd gear in half. So it's not like you're going to get all this crazy, reduced vibration or lower your RPMs at high speed changes in the riding. All it would do is take the 3rd gear, which is a very wide gear. Like, I don't know if you've ever ridden a VLX 600, you've got a really wide gear with 3rd. 3rd does really slow shit all the way up to close to wide open throttle. So adding a 5th gear on a VT600, waste of time. 4-speed transmission design, even though the other ones have 5 speeds, the VLX is only a few hundred RPMs lower than a stock 750. So big air jar. Some of the Steeds had 5 gears, but it's useless. Yes, it's exactly what happened. Is the 3rd gear got split in half, so it doesn't make a difference. If you've ever ridden a Rebel 250, a Honda Rebel, they have 5 gears. They're only 250 cc's, but 5 gears. So you think, oh, cool, I must have all this, room to work with. You won't. You could have gone 4 gears and gotten the same amount of performance. A 750 is a 5-speed. So if the theoretical 5th gear were added to a VT600, all you would have is a split 3rd gear. You really wouldn't have any more serious improvement over the RPMs or reducing RPMs at highway speeds. You'd be slamming through your 3rd gear faster. On a Rebel, it's a great example. From 2nd to 5th, it's so narrow. Like, you run out of room so fast. It's just like, bang! You got to shift quick, and you're just slamming through those. They're almost useless. Like, unless you're keeping an exact between 2 miles an hour speed, in that gear, it's a waste of time. So to reduce your RPMs, you want to go down on the teeth on your rear sprocket. So a rear sprocket with fewer teeth is definitely going to require a little more clutch and throttle work to compensate for the reduced takeoff. So you're not going to get as much power in your takeoff. If you're used to that real zippy response, your VT600, where you take off a line, I don't know about you guys, but I'm 250 pounds, and if I'm on a VT600 and I take off, I'll spank Harleys all day long. I'll spank souped up Harleys, but only for about 300 or 400 feet. And then they take over because they have displacement and their gearing is different. But you get great takeoffs, zippy response. If you want to reduce the vibrations at high speed, you do a lot of highway riding, great, that's awesome. A lot of people do. If you can't handle those vibrations or you just want to experiment, go down a tooth or 2. 41 teeth is a very mild change. 42 is more mild. But if you really ride highway miles a lot, like you're doing 70 to 80 miles, 100 miles a day round trip on your commute, whatever, you'll probably want to go down farther than 42. 41 is a pretty mild change as far as what you're going to get for your RPM reduction. You're not going to see too much of a loss in your takeoff, but you are going to definitely feel that reduced vibration at high speed. Let's see here. Oh, yes, very important. If you have a 1988 VT600, the forward sprocket is not the same as the 89 all the way to 07. It's a different sprocket. It's actually different shaped. It's not going to bolt on the same way. The splines are different. On the it's counter shaft that comes out of your transmission, the newer sprockets are not going to fit. So you got to make sure you get the right sprockets. If you go online, a lot of people go on eBay or whatever and they buy like some sprocket kit. You know, they get a forward sprocket and rear sprocket. There's a bunch of companies that make them. Make sure you get the right kit for your bike. And before you throw away your stock sprockets, whatever you have on there, make sure your shit fits. And if it doesn't, return it. So I also want to let you guys know, if you want to find out what your gear ratio is, all you have to do is take the rear sprocket size and divide it by the front sprocket size. So if your rear sprocket is a 44 tooth and your front is a 16, 44 divided by 16, that's a, let's see here, that is 2.75. That's your stock gear ratio. You can go down as far as like 2.5, but at that point, that's a 40 tooth. That's about the lowest you can go on a VT600. You go any lower than that, and you are going to have a dog all the way up through second, third gear. It's just not going to respond well. If you do go to a 41 tooth on the rear, and you can also go to a 15 tooth on the front. I've heard of people trying to put on higher tooth count gears in the front of the VT600. Problem is, there's not a lot of room there. So you're getting real fucking close to the case, and the chain's gonna be rubbing. It's not fun. So if you go to a 41 to 40 gear in the rear, you want to get tighter clutch springs. You want to get heavier clutch springs that are gonna grab a little more and not release as quickly. That's going to help compensate for the sluggish bottom end, because you're really going to have to work that clutch to not kill the bike. Clutch and throttle, a lot more attention there so you don't kill the bike on takeoffs.